Matt Callan back at the roundtable with another NBA stat preview, today showing how these three numbers will tell the story of the 2018-19 Utah Jazz. If you're new to the channel, make sure to check out the full playlist for previews for all 30 NBA teams. The Jazz's 103.9 defensive rating was second in the NBA last year. They were anchored by 7'1" center Rudy Gobert and his 2.3 blocks a game. Opponents struggled with Gobert defensively and were 6.8 points worse on offense when Gobert was on the floor. Gobert was crucial to the Jazz defense, but this team is littered with very good defenders: Ricky Rubio, Joe Ingles, Dabo Cephalosha, Derek Favors, Jay Crowder, and Ekpe Udoh. Their Jazz and their stingy defense also excelled at slowing the tempo of games, and they finished in the bottom 6 in pace. They forced the 4th highest opponent turnover rate at 14%, had the 6th lowest opponent effective field goal percentage at 50.6%, and closed possessions out, grabbing 79.8% of defensive rebounds, 4th in the NBA. Donovan Mitchell's 29.1% usage rate was the 3rd highest among rookies in NBA history. His usage and importance to the Jazz dwarfed that of other top rookies around the league. Ben Simmons had just a 22.3 usage rate, and Jason Tatum was just 19.5. After the Jazz lost Gordon Hayward and George Hill in free agency, a huge question mark revolved around them as to how they would score, and it was looking like Rodney Hood would have to shoulder a large amount of the scoring that those two vacated. Of course, that never happened. The inconsistent Hood was shipped off to Cleveland mid-season after Mitchell's breakout. Mitchell became a 20-point scorer in Utah and wound up averaging 7.5 points per game off drives, which was 8th in the league. He chipped in 6 points per game off pull-ups, which was 19th in the league. And he was an elite spot-up shooter, finishing in the 96th percentile in point per possession off spot-ups with 1.27. Joe Ingles and Ricky Rubio also both had very good offensive seasons in their first year post-Hayward, but I think it's fair to say that the Jazz don't have nearly as much success as they did last season without Mitchell's huge rookie performance. The Jazz averaged 318.8 passes per game, 8th in the league. Head coach Quin Snyder integrated his brand of advantage ball beautifully with the Jazz last year. Advantage ball tries to give players an advantage, an extra step against defenders immediately when they catch the ball. It relies on screens, cuts, drives, and good ball movement. This advantage shows in the numbers. They frequently ended possessions with cuts, off-ball screens, spot-ups, and drives. They finished in the 62nd percentile in point per possession off cuts. They finished in the 69th percentile in points per possession from off-ball screens. They finished in the 72nd percentile in points per possession off spot-ups. And they were 6th in the league in points per game off drives. They also did a great job getting to the line and finished 8th in the league in free throws per field goal attempt with 20.2 and finished 12th in percentage. While they don't have the most talented one-on-one scorers in the league, the Jazz play an offense that gets the most production out of their talent. The Jazz got off to a bit of a rough start in the first 41 post-Hayward games, winning just 17, but they turned it around in the second half, going 31-10. Their Donovan Mitchell-led offense plays together, and is good enough when combined with their elite defense to create a very good basketball team. This team is the 3rd best team in the West in my eyes, and are looking like a second-round playoff team next season. That's it from the roundtable. Check out the rest of our NBA team previews in the bottom right. If you enjoy those, consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching.